So frustrating. It's like, why don't those ebooks talk to my Kindle?
So our Chromebooks can.
Yes.
It's just Kindle technology or
The old Kindle. The
technology.
Kindle Fires are great.
Yeah.
They'll do it. But see,
So
I can't
there's-
read for more than 2 hours on the Kindle
so
Fire because it's
maybe-
backlit.
So maybe, like in Reed's case, he's looking at ebooks and technology.
Mhm.
One thing to keep in mind for you, I would say, is the mobility and flexibility factor of what Chromebooks pose as a barrier for that.
I was very concerned this week that the airlines are talking about banning all electronics because, you know, for those long flights, I really prefer my Kindle that I can load up with 5 or 6 books. If I'm going to England for 2 weeks, I don't have to carry a bunch of stuff with me. I can just take it all on my little Kindle and have that available.
I only read short articles online. I like to snuggle up in the chair and be slightly uncomfortable and get coffee and tears and all kinds of things on the text and see it and post it and touch it and smell it. And yes, so personally that's where I'm at with reading. And I do read, you know.
I read the majority of print.
Yeah, I mean, we still get a newspaper at home that I like to snuggle up with and touch.
See, I
and-
don't. I read
Yeah, I mean,
I read-
that's a big deal.
my news off of screens now.
But for classroom, if it's working for a student and they're using it well and it's going on for them, I'm great, let's do it. Teach me how to teach them to do it, that's great.
Here's the thing about ebooks and libraries. The publishers haven't quite figured out libraries and ebooks. So right now, for many ebooks, not for the collection I have, but for many ebooks, you are only renting it for a certain amount of time. So if I get a collection with, let's say, 2,500 books in it, and they're going to charge me $700 a year, next year, if I want those same 2,500 books, I have to pay another $700. Okay?
Interesting, that's
Just
a
because you've
one-time
bought it once,
purchase.
it's not a one-time purchase always. Sometimes it is, but then what if 10 kids read it in that first year and then no one ever reads it again? Is that okay? Is that a good cost per read thing? Publishers haven't quite figured out how to make ebooks available to libraries. Luckily, the collection I have right now is being paid for from a grant from the Illinois State Library and through our library consortium. And so I actually am getting a very, very good deal on the several thousand books that are in that collection. And I don't have to worry about that killing my budget.
This question is for both of you. Would you support having an after-school club for making book posters and tacking QR codes to the books with that book trade?
Yes!
That's a cool idea. Yes, sir.
What do you, asking both of you, what do you believe motivates most readers to actually want to read?
That's interesting.
I think it's different for different people.
Mhm.
For some people, it is, obviously, they have an assignment, they have to do this anyway. But for many people, it's just the pure entertainment. You know, just like you'd pick up a television show or a video, they see books the same way. I know I do. Especially if you've walked through Barnes & Noble, you're like, oh, I want to read that. I take pictures of the book covers at Barnes & Noble. I want to read this one, I want to read this one, I want to read that one. It's just pure entertainment for me. Other people want to learn something. Maybe they're not reading fiction, they're reading nonfiction. I need to know how this works. And I want to be able to have the pictures and the explanations in front of me. I don't, you know, YouTube video is great, but, you know, I want to read more about this and get into this.
There's some level of wanting to explore your imagination, because I always make a movie in my head of what's going on. Like I'm either in there with them, like as an observer, or I'm just watching the characters do what they do, which I think is super cool. So that's a motivation. Some students, they want to know more. Or they're really super interested in the topic. It's a topic-driven kind of motivation. Like I'm really into Star Wars, so I'm going to read all the Clone Wars and look at the.
Or, you know, I find the Titanic incident
Yes,
really interesting,
yes.
so I want fiction about that, I want nonfiction about that, I want to know everything about the Titanic.
I think we're gonna make Dom's question our last because we're out of time. Reed, if you want to send that